Good morning. Hi. Hello. Hope you people are doing well, and I hope you people have completed your examination in a good manner. Okay. So we are almost, or we are near to finish our syllabus. We have discussed different things. Now you can see the heading that is all about that application. So we have gone through the application of remote sensing in case of uh, that disaster management. That is one of the most important application that prediction and forecasting different weather phenomena, different natural hazards, and particularly connected with analyzing certain pattern, certain geographical process, certain geographical behavior. So we have gone through that two video, and I have shown certain example how we can map certain flood related areas, how to prepare certain maps that is vulnerable to that landslide. I have shown that Palakkad district's example. Okay, forget it. Now we are discussing about three things, that is vegetation mapping, agriculture, and urban planning. So, dear students, we have already discussed different spectral indices, land use and land cover mapping. You know that that two different methods. What you mean by land use? What you mean by land cover? How this mapping is important, how the geographical pattern, geographical process, and geographical behavior is important, how this one is mapping, and how this spatial data is using for predicting certain things. Fine. So the land use land cover mapping, that is the basic criteria. Fine. Basic thing to that what to analyze different things. Fine. That including that is connected with that vegetation, whatever it is vegetation. So it is a land cover, agriculture, that is a land use, that is cultural feature, and urban planning. Urban planning means how to plan a city. Fine. Urban, that is a cultural one, so that means man-made. So here urban and agriculture, that is clearly land use, and vegetation, that is clearly natural. So land use and land cover, how to plan the land use for a better present and a better future. Right? For example, for building a city. Fine. Recently, in that near to Hyderabad and in Andhra Pradesh, they built a city. They are building a city that is known as Amravati. Fine. How to prepare different aspects, different urban amenities. Fine. How to work out that certain what land pooling facilities and all those things. They have used these kinds of geographical and technological aspects. Definitely they have used this land use and land use planning. Fine. And land cover modification, those kinds of planning, land pooling facilities, these kinds of land banks, it all connected with GIS. Right? GIS means here GIS and the remote sensing is a important tool or important aspect for collecting certain spatial data. Fine. That environmental remote sensing, that remotely sensed data. So it is a major source of that images. That is a kind of spatial data, different kinds of spatial images that having highest resolution, and the people, the geographers, cartographers, planners, these people are using this data for analyzing or to what to uncover the spatial process, spatial pattern, and spatial behavior. So we have already gone through a certain what you mean by land use, what you mean by land cover, and how to map. So you kindly remember that old lesson, that is supervised classification and unsupervised classification. Then I have given two more lessons, that is about different index, different indices. So that are the major techniques for mapping this vegetation mapping, vegetation, agriculture, and urban planning. So let us go back to that previous lesson, land use mapping, land cover mapping, that is supervised and unsupervised classification for find out certain pattern, certain process and certain behavior, geographical process, and geographical process, geographical pattern and geographical behavior that is connected with a certain basic themes of the geography. So that is land use and land cover mapping. So we are mapping certain land use. What was in 2010, what was in 2000, and what is in 2020, and you can prepare certain thematic maps based on these kinds of when we are preparing these kinds of land use, land cover data, and preparing certain thematic map that's showing different aspects, what kinds of details we need to plan a city. So that method, supervised and unsupervised classification, and certain sub algorithms, we have gone through that. So land use, land cover mapping, that is the basic application of remote sensing. Fine. So for find out change detection, how much build up, how much built up area changed, how much land cover changed, that kinds of information. Next one important things are indexes. Fine. So just go back through here. I won't explain any details, more details. You go through that video. That most important index the here, enhanced vegetation index. So you know that formula that is used for to analyzing areas of earth with large amount of chlorophyll, such as rainforest, and preferably with the minimum topographic effects, not mountainous region. So it is a vegetation mapping technique. Fine. Other than this land use and land cover classification, or the supervised or unsupervised classification, you know that certain enhancement techniques, certain band ratio. Here we are using that technique, band ratio and enhancement technique. So here one that is enhanced vegetation index, that is for vegetation mapping. Then soil adjusted vegetation index, that's for using for agricultural purpose. That means what is that? Sparse vegetation. Soil adjusted vegetation index, SAVI, to when to use for analysis of young crops for arid regions with sparse vegetation less than 50% of total area and exposed soil surfaces. So it is a method that is useful for agriculture. It is connected with agriculture mapping. Then NDVI, normalized difference in differential vegetation index. So that is the formula. So the NDVI is a standard vegetation. These kinds of things we have explained. Fine. And index, which allows us to generate an image showing the relative biomass, the chlorophyll absorption of red band, and relatively high reflectance of vegetation in near infrared band are using for calculating NDVI. See, it is a basic band ratio or spectral enhancement that is used to map certain vegetation, where the vegetation is high, where the vegetation is less, where the vegetation is what see that the place doesn't have any vegetation, right? So it will show certain thematic map that represent the what the quality of vegetation and all those things. Then the next one is green chlorophyll index. So that was the formula when to use for monitoring the impact of seasonality, environmental stresses, applied pesticides on plant health. So this GCI, green chlorophyll index, this index, this band ratio method, we can use this for both vegetation and agricultural purpose, right? Then structural intensive pigment index. So that is SIPI. So that is the formula when to use for monitoring plant health in regions with high variability in canopy structure or leaf area index for early detection of plant disease or other causes of stress. So this is a method we can use for large amount of what, so this kinds of plantation and all those things we can use this method. fine. That rubber plantation, tea plantation, that kinds of things, fine. Then normalized burn ratio, it is connected with the vegetation that we already explained this case of Indians, and that is connected with a certain forest fire and all those things. See, at the time of that Amazon fire, Australia, these kinds of method have used to detect certain that after fire and before fire, that kinds of how much area have been uh, destroyed, fine. That band ratio and land use land cover classification also we can use that with the help of two images, that is before the forest fire and after the forest fire. Then next one is atmospherically resistant vegetation index. It is also connected with the vegetation mapping when to use for region with high content of atmospheric aerosol, right? Rain, fog, dust, smoke, air pollution. So this method is using for that. Yes, see that word itself, atmospherically resistant vegetation index, when to use. So then next one is normalized difference in built up index. That is one of the important one for urban planning, right? To calculate or change detection. This method is very useful, right? To find out or concentration of built up area, different built up area, different settlement, both urban, rural settlement, whatever different built up that that may include that buildings, flats, roads, railways, that kinds of different built up area. So these are the that formula for that one. Then next one, that is connected with NDWI, that is normalized differential difference water index. So the formula highlights the amount of water in water bodies, the amount of water present in the vegetation. So these are the important indices, and these are the major application of remote sensing that may be including vegetation, agriculture, and urban planning. So urban and agriculture, that is land use, and vegetation, that is not land use, that is a land cover, that is natural one. So that is all about today's video. You can ask your doubts, right? You can contact me through this one. I will definitely help you for resolving your what questions, right? And see one more video, that is the final video, right? So we are almost not almost, we are definitely we have completed our lessons. Now it is time to clear out your doubts. So thank you for watching my video lesson. You can contact me and clear your doubts. Kindly attend the assessment regularly, watch the video lesson and attending the assessment, that is quite important. A few lessons, you people are not yet completed the assessment, kindly complete the assessment and all those things. So thank you, thanks for watching, thanks a lot.